So what's up, guys? This is Brett from FBA Excel, and if you've been looking for a way to automate your Amazon PPC, and maybe you have some custom SOPs or different strategies you want to deploy, this video is definitely for you. I'm going to be demoing the new Apex PPC platform in Google Sheets as well as the bulk campaign builder. So these tools work together to really give you some advanced features and tools in your tool belt to compete with some of the advanced sellers that are maybe using SaaS platforms. You know, this system, I'd put it up against any of them. I actually prefer it for some of the custom features that I have built in. So hopefully after this video, you can see the power of this and you'll want to give it a try for yourself. If after watching you do, just head over to fbaexcel.com, contact me on the form there and just request access and I can hook you up with that. So without further ado, you've got a few screens here. This is the main Apex PPC platform. Then I'll show you the campaign builder next, but you've got some settings here. Right now, we've got 3 bid automation algorithms built in. You can base the inputs either off the product dashboard or the ad group level dashboard. So the product dashboard looks like this. You can see right now I have what's called the iterative bid method enabled, and this is something I learned from Mina Elias's one of his videos and strategies that he likes, and it's basically got different ACoS thresholds, and you're gonna incrementally adjust your bids by a fixed dollar amount, usually a real small increment like 2 to 5 cents depending on which threshold you're in. Then you also have a click threshold and an impression threshold to kind of favor, you know, if you have more than 5 clicks but no conversions, maybe you want to drop your bid. If you don't have impressions over the span that you download your data, and if you don't have like 150 to 300 impressions, maybe you want to increase your bid a little bit. So each bid optimization sequence that you do, it's going to run through this process for each SKU. You can see how you can easily toggle it or change the values depending on SKU. You've got some basic ad metrics here off to the right that you can use to kind of get a baseline. We've got some things hidden here too. I'm not going to go over in this video, but it's calculators to calculate, you know, your gross margin, your ROIs, things like that that you can use, as well as the metrics here. The ad group level is just how it sounds. It's got your campaign and ad groups, all of them that are currently in your bulk campaign file that you download from Amazon. And you'll be able to set the targets or the inputs based on the ad groups in this view. So right now you can see I've got the ratio based bidding options here enabled. So I actually haven't used the ad group dashboard as much as the product level. I find the product level just easier, but ad group level, same concept. You'll have all the metrics out here to the right and you can set up your inputs there. But the settings here, you just decide how you want to go about optimizing your bids and which layout you want to use. So if you want to say use the iterative method, on the product dashboard, you would choose, actually the iterative method only accepts the product dashboard. So you can toggle back and forth on what you want to see there on the products dashboard. Stoptimizer limits, this is a quick way to reduce ad spend if certain thresholds are met in your search term report. So we'll go over this here a little later. A couple links here just to tie the tools together. What's nice about Google Sheets is it does sync up well with Google Drive, so you can make an upload folder in Google Drive, and then any of the files you download from Amazon on the ads console you can just put in your Google Drive, and then once you run through the bid sequence, which is 4 steps you see here, you'll upload on this last step and you'll just sync it to this Google Drive upload folder, and then you can quickly upload it right to Amazon. So at any rate, your steps are going to be, you're going to click on this Get Bulk Sheet button. And then from there, depending on which strategy you want to deploy, if you're using the iterative method, usually you use a shorter span, like 7 to 9 days, and you'll discount the previous 2 days just because the data is really not accurate. If you're using one of the ratio-based bid optimizations, you would do either 30 or 60 and get as much data as you can, deselect that, hit create spreadsheet, and you'll just download it, save it to your Google Drive. I didn't mention too the other 2 algorithms. The second one here is revenue per click times target ACoS. There's a few other inputs as well that factor into the formula, but this is what This is what SaaS platforms like AdBadger and some other ones use as kind of a baseline bid optimization. Waterfall bidding, I actually learned this from one of my favorite YouTubers, Sumner Hobart. I'll put a link in the description for his channel. He's great on Amazon FBA if you're wanting to learn how to get started. But he learned this strategy from maybe another seller, I believe, but it's the most conservative out of the three, and I've actually been testing it myself on my account. And if you really are looking for a low A cost, that's a good one to go with. But at any rate, once you have your bulk file downloaded, you'll just go up and import it. You do file import, and then you can see here's my Google Drive account. I've got a training one set up right now, but you would just grab your bulk download, you'd import it in and run through what's called an initialization sequence. It takes about a minute and a half to format, and basically you're going to get a bulk file format like this with some extra columns. You can see you've got a single SKU, so you can quickly filter your bulk file for any campaigns that just have a certain SKU you're looking for. This field here is important for the bid override feature, which I'll go over here in a few minutes. You've got some custom filters up here for, say you want to show everything with just conversions. This percent of sales sort uses that column here, and will show you at the SKU level everything that has conversions, and then put the ones that have the highest percentage of sales to the total towards the top, so you can really get a good idea of what's converting the best for you. The optimized column here, this is the bid optimization column that you would run in step 3. You'd pick one of the 3 here, and it's going to use our inputs from either the product or the ad group level dashboard, whichever one you're using, and look at the columns here that have the data that we've imported most recent, and recalculate our bid, and then it'll actually override our max bid column here that we'll use then to create our upload file. That's just done by clicking this button, which will go and save a new version in our Google Drive file. So pretty straightforward. You've also got your cost per click and the original bid here. This is saved on the initialization process in case you ever want to reset your bids. But a few other filters here. You got the reset bids, check for duplicates. That's good for checking for keyword cannibalization. If you've got, say, the same keyword target in multiple exact campaigns for the same SKU, you don't want to really bid against yourself. So you can go through and quickly pause anything that falls into that category. You can use the adjust in bulk feature. So this is really powerful as well. If you've got, say, some custom filters you want to make and more of a fine-tuned process, you can filter that range, and then anything within that visible range, you can use these fields here to say you want to bulk increase it, anything in view by 5%, and you want to set a minimum bid of 5 cents, maximum bid of $1. You can do that, hit update bids. It'll just take everything in that filter range and make those changes. If you're using the check for dupes, and then you can go down through and select all the keyword statuses that you want to pause, and then just hit pause all, and it'll do it really quick. So that's pretty slick. The other filters, you've got override campaigns. This is going to show you based on this bid override table. And this bid override table is super powerful. So if you've got some certain keywords, keyword targets that you always want to stay at the top of search for example, and maybe have a rank campaign that you're really trying to push keyword rank, you can plug them into this table, and then it's not going to use the bid algorithms for these specific keywords. It's always just going to set it to this bid. So super powerful. You can also, which I'll show you here in a minute, add things to this table in order to build custom reports and just quickly see data at a glance. Index bidding thresholds. This is a feature that's not quite deployed yet, but it's going to be based on if your organic rank, for example, falls below 10, then it's going to enable this bid. If it is above 10, so if you're like 1 through 10, then you actually won't be bidding on it, and you'll be relying on organic search. So new way to basically regulate your ad spend a little bit more fine-tuned. Hopping back into the bulk file though, pretty self-explanatory. You run a bid optimization, so iterative method. You hit yes. It's going to look at our original bid as well as the inputs on our product level dashboard. You'll see it fills in this optimization bid column, and then it's going to override the max bid column here, and it's as simple as that. So if you can envision yourself just downloading your report, coming in here, picking which optimization process you want to use, and then hitting this button, create upload file. Yes, that's going to save it right to our Google Drive directory, and then you're going to upload that to Amazon. Probably take you 5 minutes a day to optimize all your bids. And then obviously if you wanted to make any tweaks to your product dashboard and in the inputs, you would do that in between. But super simple, straightforward, and much more efficient than doing things manually. All right, so on to the next key feature of this system is the ad insights. And this has been the most recent feature that I've added. Basically been looking for a way to look at all your key ad metrics at a glance and break it up into a way that if you wanted to dive deeper and see the targets that go into that metric, you'd have a way to do that. So this is what I came up with. Basically, you've got your SKU off to the left and then the metric broken up by match type across the board. So you've got your key metrics here. You can always add anything if you're not seeing what you're wanting to see, but super powerful. I mentioned a custom report too. So this is based on the bid override table. You can see if I click over here, you've got all the same SKU right now with some different, looks like single keyword targets here that have bid overrides. So it looks like there's maybe 5 there. If we hop back over, you'll see, 5 keywords. And then for those 5 keywords, this is a culmination of what the data looks like. So if you can envision right now, I've tagged all these rank, but you could have, you could add like defensive targets. You could add branded targets. You could use that override table to customize a report and then use this to toggle that report how you wish. So another really powerful thing about this layout is, let's say I've got one of these that's just doing well. I'll double click on this 105 and see what it looks like. It's going to actually open up a individual worksheet and give me the data that goes into those metrics. So here I scroll over, you can see I've done 100 orders with this one target. Maybe I want to move that. If it's not already, let's see. Yeah, all this is demo data, so it kind of really doesn't make sense. But you could obviously use this to see which match types and things like that they're in. But let's just say I always want to be bidding high on this keyword. All I would do is grab these 2 fields, come back over to my bid override table, paste it in, and set it to whatever I want. Say my average cost per click's like $1.50. I'll set it at $2. And I can actually go up and pull the metrics in right now if I want. If I go here, sync metrics, you'll see it's just going to grab the new metrics and say I want to call this a top of search. I can go there. Now if I go back to my ad insights, you'll see that I've got another one here, and you've got the option to filter out your rank ones if you want. So pretty slick and very powerful. You can use this in a multitude of ways. I don't have time to really go into all the different ways you can use it, but you can see it's filtered and sorted in ways that make sense. So like ACOS, your darker ones are going to be your higher ACOS with the best ACOS totals at the top. Scrolling down so you can just at a glance look at the pictures, see maybe you've got a good ACOS, but you're not spending very much. So you could find that product and see, okay, I'm only spending 197, where some of these other ones that are sucking, I'm spending more. You can make data-driven decisions based on this information. So super powerful. I'm always looking for better ways to kind of analyze the data quickly. And if you have any ideas, the nice thing about this system is it's super simple to add new things and customize. That's what I really like about it. All right, so moving on, this is all really great, but it's actually not even the most powerful part of this system. The most powerful part by a long shot is the search term inspector tool and the bulk campaign builder tool. So that's what I'm going to quickly breeze over here. The bulk campaign builder, just to give you a very quick overview, you can actually add any of these campaign types all in one bulk run. You can add multiples. If you just click on this, it's going to ask you how many you want to add. You could add 10 broad, 5 exact, 5 auto, however you want to do it for multiple SKUs, and in one fell swoop create a bulk file that you can upload to Amazon in 5 minutes and have all those done. So hopefully you can see how powerful that could be. But what makes it even better is with the search term inspector tool, and this is deployed by doing the same process of downloading a search term report, similar to how you would do the bulk campaign ad report. importing it into Apex, and then you run an initialization sequence here. Just run initialization sequence, and then it's going to give you this report. And basically, you're just looking at your search term report in a much more effective way. It's giving you some additional filters that are super powerful. So like you can filter for any keywords or search terms that are already in your broad or maybe not in your broad yet. Or you can do it by exact. Say you want to just see all the search terms that have over 3 sales that are in research campaigns right now that you want to move to exact. You would set this to not in exact, and you could go that route and use the bulk campaign builder to quickly just add those to either existing campaigns or create new campaigns. You can add multiple keywords in a single campaign, create single keyword campaigns, just so many different things you can do. Just to give you a quick demo of the way I use this, I mentioned the Stoptimizer thresholds earlier on the settings screen. It's a way to quickly reduce your ad spend. Basically, all you do is you want to make sure you don't have any other filters set before you do this. Let me see here. I'm just going to click that, hit OK. Orders, you would definitely want all of them selected. So what you'll do is just come up here to your Stoptimizer, and this is like a 5-second thing you need to do. Hit yes, and all it's going to do here is filter out anything with a conversion. So it's going to show you everything with 0 orders that violate your Stoptimizer thresholds on your settings screen. You can see here most of these are getting overridden by the click threshold, anything over 15 clicks without a conversion. So how to use this along with the bulk campaign builder to negate, you would just grab this block of data here, run over to the bulk campaign builder, click bulk negate. You can paste in however long of list you have. And here's where it gets a little bit, you got to kind of know what this looks like in ASIN. So if it's like from an auto, I would select negative targeting expression for that and for this. And let's see, it looks like these two, this is demo data, so it's hard to say, but let's say the rest of these are negative exact. I just want to do. So you just go there, hit add negates, and this is going to build out a bulk file. And from there, you're going to just hit build negate upload, and that's just going to add the file to your Google Drive folder. And you can upload that to Amazon. The other way to use this is to create campaigns. So let's show you how to do that really quick. There's a few features here to optimize Google Sheets. You can remove 0 units, and after you've done the search term or the Stoptimizer tool, it's smart to do that. All right, so once you get there, let's say I want to look at search terms, and we'll see how this demo data looks when I do that. So let's say we want to do search terms, anything over 3 or more. Okay, that shrunk the list down quite a bit. All right, so right now I'm looking at anything that's a search term with 3 or more orders that, let's see if I've got maybe a broad that are not in broad. Okay, it's not showing me that I've got in broad, so I know everything here is not in broad. Hit OK. So let's say I want to add these to a broad campaign. The first thing you'll do is actually click and collapse this column. And there's advanced training on all this. It's not super difficult or anything, but that just removes any of the duplicates there. And then from there, all you'll do is you've got your SKUs over here and you've got the keyword over here. You can take the data. So we've got what looks like 6 or 7. Yeah, 7. So we'll get the SKUs first. We'll come over to the bulk campaign builder. Come here, and we're building, would we say broad, 7 of them. And what you'll do is you just want to kind of get the data in here first. So let's get it there. And you've got your keywords over here and values. So what you can do in Google Sheets is transpose. Okay, and that's just to get the data horizontal. And then what you can do, paste the values up here. And then let's say we want to do single keyword campaigns. We could just as easy put them in all in the same one, as long as the SKU is the same. But let's do single keyword campaigns. All right, and then make sure your SKUs are filled out. There were blanks in our search term inspector. Okay, so you can see here we've got some duplicate campaigns. That's because we've got, these two are duplicates, these two are duplicates, but it's also going to look at your current active ad groups in your Apex file and throw this error. So if you want to put, say, new keywords in existing campaigns, you would just ignore this. It's just kind of a little bit of a flag. But at any rate, what you'll do is say you want to do single keyword campaigns with all unique names. You'll lock the names. What I like to do usually, if they're single keyword campaigns, is put the ad group name as the actual term. And that's so we can do advanced things like look up search volume and things like that later. At any rate, go that route, hit add suffix. This is going to add this suffix here, as well as append a unique identifier to the end of your campaign name. And then if we do that and overwrite the campaign name, that's going to give us unique names, and you'll see our errors here are going to go away. And then from there, all you got to do is we added our suffix, create our campaigns is next. So that's actually going to build out our bulk file in the right format. And then we just create the upload file to our Google Drive account and then upload it to Amazon, and you're done. So hopefully you can see how powerful that can be. Just as easy as we created the campaigns, we could say we added those instead of to broad, they were to exact campaigns, and we wanted to negate the same search terms in the research campaigns. We could use the bulk negate tool to do that right after this step, and you could do that in bulk. So from there, it's as easy as hitting this bulk campaign upload button and then taking it right back to your advertising console, click and choose file, grab the file, and you're good to go. So I appreciate it. If you guys would like this video, it would really help get this video out to more people. Hard for a new YouTuber to really get started. So please subscribe, please leave a comment, ask a question. I love talking about Amazon PPC and just Google Sheets. I'm learning a lot about it. There's a lot of more powerful things that I really didn't cover, but it's too much for this video. I wanted this to be more an intro video, but stay tuned for more videos on the channel around these tools, and be doing some case studies here as well. So I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.